Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this morning edition of Coffee with Court. To-go cup. I'm gonna call you an Uber because I got somewhere to be. What's up, people? Got a very interesting topic today. Hey, Shar. Welcome. Welcome. Humbled. Good to see you guys on this Wednesday. I'll give it a few seconds. I gotta get those to-go cups made. Got a couple ideas on how to get them made. But it is hump day. And I get to do what I love to do, which is bring you quality content and a little bit of knowledge from this noggin up here. Today I want to talk about, the topic is dating bad communicators. Isn't that the worst? You're dating somebody that just can't communicate, they can't speak like adults to you, which is not right for women, because women, you know, I gotta do something for the fellas here today. All right, it's not a good sign when somebody, you know, you're dating a woman and she's a bad communicator, because women, they are very much in touch with their feelings and their emotions. As men, I'm not giving us an out, because we can learn how to be that way. We're not in our feminine, like we're in our masculine essence. Women, on the other end, they're in their feminine essence, which naturally brings being able to nurture and communicate well, understand their emotions, understand their feelings. Sure, it may change from time to time and from minute to minute, but they're very well in tune with it. So when you date somebody that's a bad communicator, meaning that they throw temper tantrums and they'll stonewall you. I talked before about John Gottman and the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. You know, people who stonewall, get defensive when you try to have a conversation about something that you're not comfortable with. They display contempt, and you know, the other four ones. Look it up, Dr. John Gottman. Stonewall, contempt, defensiveness, and criticism. You know, they get critical. So when you're dating somebody and they're showing those signs, they're showing you that they can't have an adult conversation with you without throwing a temper tantrum or storming out or throwing stuff or yelling. No, those are signs of bad communication, and that's something that you don't want in your life. You don't have to. Don't deal with it. There's abundance of people out here that will jive a whole lot better. Showing my age right there, jive a whole lot better with you if you look around, you know. And we hold on to those people, those bad communicators, because we feel like they're the only ones that we'd ever have. They're the ones who was meant for us, that was put on this earth for us. But you shouldn't have to deal with that. So don't. Move on. Go find somebody who communicates better. Because once you do, your life will be so much more pleasant. I was actually, I have a friend who's early 20s, and you can say that, you know, mid 30s, you should be really good at communicating by now, but that's not always the case. I had a friend who's probably one of the best communicators I've ever met. She's early 20s, and she was really good at communication. And I'm like, man, you are ahead of your time as far as communication skills, because you know, you speak with you know how to deliver your message without being critical or without getting angry, which was impressive. And I'm wondering, like, I wonder if there's anybody around my age that could communicate like this, but it's really hard to find because you have a lot of women that jump from relationship to relationship or wasn't displayed healthy communication skills, and it's just makes that person just that much more valuable. As guys, it takes work to learn how to communicate properly because as little boys growing up, we were always told not to talk about our feelings or our emotions and to seal all that off because it shows weakness. But actually, this is one thing that I teach my boys that I mentor is I teach them that, it's okay to display those emotions. It's okay to talk about how you feel because that is actually healthy communication. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength, actually, when you can actually go inside yourself and understand how you feel and communicate that. But as men, once we get to this age, when you get a little older, you tend to go into your cave. They call it the man cave. You go into this man cave and you don't communicate. Like you cut out communication. You start to stonewall it. And in your idea in our way of thinking, we're like, all right, this is actually self-preservation. I'm just preserving myself, my emotions, my feelings by, going into this man cave and doing what I was taught throughout my whole life, which is to not cry, not show emotion, basically not communicate. And yeah, when you meet somebody, a woman that's able to do that, you'll be a lot more happy. The relationship will become effortless because you guys will easily hash out any disagreements that you have. This is why I like watching This Is Us, is because the guy that I like on there, Randall Pearson, like him and his wife, they're really good communicators, and that's one thing that it may be over dramatized, but that's one thing that he does really well. They do well. They communicate. They talk through issues. They talk through problems. So those are red flags. People who, by the way, go to my website, fruitfulseeds.com. I got some new mugs up. Check them out. If not, more mugs for me. Fruitful Seeds with a Z at the end. And also my YouTube channel. I'm really taking off with that. It's really, I love it. Like I've been really getting into it. 314 Whistle. Check it out. So, yeah, I love This Is Us. That show is amazing. So, for you guys coming in, I'm going to rehash for you. Be wary of people who are bad communicators. When you're going into a relationship or when you're dating somebody, those women, those men who, it's going to take a little bit of nurturing there, ladies. So I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. For those women who, throw temper tantrums, they stonewall you, they may ignore your phone calls, and like that's all stuff, that's drama. Like that, just communicate. But those are red flags because chances are, if they do that during the dating phase, they're going to do that during a relationship phase because that's their way of coping, and it's a bad coping mechanism. It's by stonewalling. It's one of John Gottman's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and you just shouldn't have to deal with that. Just move on until that person learns what proper and healthy communication is, so they can display that to their kids, and they can also teach them how to be good communicators. You want to like let that person go, or you can stay around and nurture them through it. But guess what? If they're not going to counseling, or they're not, doing what they have to do, reading self-help books or reading articles, chances are they won't grow. So for you to stick around, it's like, what? Just don't get upset, and don't be surprised when that person continues to have display these bad communication qualities, because you're really setting yourself up for failure. And I know we get in over heels. Before you get head over heels for this person, these are the signs you want to look for. Who's still here? Thumbs up. Like, comment, and share. If you know some people who need to work on their communication skills in life, who are bad communicators. If you know people who are in relationships with somebody that's a bad communicator, who thumbs me up? Hey, Kyla. I'll recap. Natalie's here. I'll recap. You don't want to get into a relationship with people who are bad communicators, meaning they show signs of excessive criticism. Those people who you see, talking about other people all the time, gossiping, there's a healthy degree of gossiping, but when you get to the point where it's just toxic, and you see them doing it to other people, eventually it's going to come back around on you. Hey, Nance, I'll recap for you. I talked a little bit about, women who are bad communicators, men who are bad communicators. Men, I'm not letting them off the hook, but as men, it takes a little bit of work to learn how to communicate, because through TV shows, movies, what we were told from dads, other bad communicators, most likely, is to not talk about your feelings, not talk about your emotions, hide your feelings, don't cry, all that good stuff. And that was all a lie. It was actually it was BS that we were told. And we've continued to pass that down. And that's something that I do when I'm working with my boys, is I try to let them know that it's okay I try to help them identify their feelings and how they're feeling, what they should do about it, and let them know it's okay to display it and talk about it. Because it's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength when you can talk about yourself, your emotions, how you feel. We're just behind the curve when it comes to women, because women, they're naturally born with that gift. They're very much in tune with their feelings and their emotions, and men, it takes work. So when you're dating a woman that is a bad communicator, chances are that's something that's been displayed or learned, or it came from unhealthy relationships. It's just something that they picked up over time, and you don't want to deal with somebody like that. If you're dealing with somebody that's throwing temper tantrums because of whatever issue you may have, like they don't get their way, or you're going somewhere and they're not happy about it, and they stonewall you, like one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They stonewall you and they don't communicate with you, maybe cut you off. It's like, you don't have to deal with that, because there are so many other people out there that are really good communicators, and their relationship will run effortlessly, smooth sailing. My motto, drama free zone, baby. Drama, DRAMA. That's the devil ruining another moment. The devil ruining a moment again. So don't deal with it. Don't deal with the drama. Poor communication skills will always lead to drama. Always. Because there'll be a lot of miscommunication, a lot of assumptions being made, given that you can't communicate with that person, and a lot of resentment being formed, anger. So don't deal with it. And as guys, we're behind the curve. We'll have to go and we'll have to stew on this issues for a little while to understand it, and to really dig deep into how we feel. We'll come out eventually and let you know how I'm speaking for the people who do know how to communicate. We'll come out eventually and let you know how we feel. But it takes a little bit of thinking, a little bit of stewing. Women, on the other hand, they're just naturally good at it. You know, they can tell you exactly how they feel. If I'm talking about, you know, even my daughter. Yeah, actions communicate. Yeah, right. Isn't just with words. Yeah, your actions speak louder than words, you know. Thank you, Nance. Always with the good input. Even talking to I had an issue with my daughter yesterday, my 4-year-old. She did something that she knew she wasn't supposed to be doing. And I was like, don't laugh, it's not funny. And she's like, I can't help it. My brain, she didn't say I can't help it, but she said, my brain make me laugh. I'm like, you know, even for a 4-year-old, that's pretty impressive. You know, she's a girl, and she's pretty in tune with her emotions. So if a 4-year-old can do it, even if it didn't make a whole lot of sense, she still was able to comprehend why her body was involuntarily making her laugh and smile, even when she knows she was being naughty. So when you're dealing with people, when you're in a relationship or you're in a friendship or you're dating somebody that's a bad communicator, know that that's going to be something that goes all throughout your relationship. It's not going to change. It can't, because they're not learning the skills to improve that. And if they are, support them, applaud them, count them, you know, pat them on the back, boost them up, let them know that you are noticing the changes that they're attempting to make. You can rub off on them with your communication skills. But then if it just gets toxic and unhealthy, then don't just let the relationship go. Women are really good at this. They will spot a red flag and be gone within a heartbeat. So that's it. This section of Coffee with Court is ending. Hope you guys took something of value, and if you did, how you can repay me is to comment and share with your friends this post, this video, vlog of mine, and help them out, because that is definitely something that'll make my day, to see that you actually took value from this video. One of the toughest lessons I had to learn was communicating. Lots of self-help books, lots of counseling. See? You know, Heather. You know. That's the formula for growth. And you can't date somebody or be in a relationship with somebody that's not growing unless you want to have a lot of arguments over really stupid reasons. Then go ahead, be my guest. Be that guy to always be in some kind of drama and always sleeping on the couch or out with your friends because you don't want to be at home with the person that you're so in love with. So yeah, that's the recipe. Self-help books, counseling, communication isn't something that is easily learned. It takes practice. Anything that you don't practice at, you won't be good at. So if you practice, you'll get better at it. That's with anything in life. Even communication skills. Even just because you have a mouth and words come out doesn't make you a great communicator all the time. So that had parents that had such a toxic relationship and no communication. You know, and for them, the no communication thing was probably functional, because hey, if we're not talking, that means we're not arguing. But the actions show sometimes the non-communication, the non-verbals are just, well, not even sometimes. A lot of the times, the non-communications they're even worse, because you can cut that tension with a knife. All right, I'm out of here, people. I hope y'all have a good Wednesday and a good rest of your week. If you like this video, if you feel this gave you some kind of value in life, share it. I would appreciate it. Happy Wednesday. I love y'all.